Hey man, it's something I gotta explain. You know I'm the real Bill Gates, but I never gave. Well, let me explain something. The Earth, I made all planets and all moons, all suns, all Earths, and I'm the literal Bill Gates, literally himself. But you see the conditions I'm living in now, and it's just because so much of the fraud and identity theft that people tried to do, I had to be in this type of condition, and then the digital system has to know the honesty for itself, but it can't go against a whole social economic population that's already trying to bring down social economic equality at a time. So I'm just sitting here. My name is Ralph Lane, but I'm just sitting here now a certain type of way. When I went to Brookdale Hospital, there was an injection, and let me show you. It's right here. You can actually see it still. It is on the corner of my arm. It was an injection right here in this position in the corner of my arm, and certain families will be able to know the difference. There was an injection Brookdale Hospital gave me, and I kept calling the other precincts at the time making reports. I'm gonna be real. 7-0 and other precincts should know about what I'm speaking about. But I kept on calling certain other precincts making reports while they were holding me hostage in a hospital. I noticed that this girl wanted my blood, and then they were holding me hostage to get a blood sample for me because she knew the lowest form of my blood is celestial and I'm natural refined of the earth. So at the time I did some magic mythology so she couldn't get it while I was in the hospital because I knew they were being vindictive and they were just being spiteful for what they were doing just because she wanted a form of my blood that I wasn't giving to her because I wouldn't deal with a person like her in a physical reality because she did so much that was fucked up. And I called these other chicks that were inner celestial empresses that were nurses that had that was partial workers but owners also a certain type of way because I own anyway, partial workers of owners of the hospital, and then they the ones that say what goes where. And I called them while I was in the hospital, and nobody knew about it. And then they probably was just looking at people like, oh, and they were on the move at the time, so they don't play neither. But I'm gonna be real and stuff. I already know who they are. I know what they look like, so there's no sense of lying or hiding or doing funny things. If they put away their own situations through times that have nothing to do with me, I know the difference. So if somebody lying to you and trying to be the front runner, that I already knew the difference. It was so real, they couldn't believe what happened. They have to know the whole story. Hopefully they see this YouTube or the Facebook because I'm going to put this on Facebook first because the other Facebook is still loaded. I also did a form of mythology so they couldn't get my blood a certain type of way, and that's what I did. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not gonna let nobody take advantage of me like yo, listen, it's just like my son. If he goes to jail, that's why I tell my children never rape a girl because if you go to jail, the natural conduct follows in a place in the energy, and then next the same thing can happen to you. And then on top of it, you never know what me and your mother did for other real stars that orbit in real space according to social star charts. And then when you get to a point of reality, you don't want to end up in that type situation in a reflection of what you did in life. So that's why I tell individuals, if you get loud, don't rape her. I hope it's not for rape. I'm just being real with you. So, I try to warn individuals about situations like that, teaching them physics. So what I did during the time they were holding me hostage in Brookdale Hospital, it was all because somebody put tar near a gas line, and it could have ignited because the tar could also cause an explosion because the chemical of the element. If you had when they put concrete, it would have been okay, but it's because what happened and the individuals that was doing it, they were acting funny at the time in my social economics, and I just came back down from moving from North Dakota at the time. So at the time, that's what I did when I seen they were holding me hostage, and then the time when they were about to let me out, they were too much fiending for a blood sample, And then the hospitals already had my blood. So not only Coney Island Hospital did the same thing one time, Kings County did the same thing one time, and then Brookdale did it. And also, it wasn't Bellevue. It was, I forgot the other hospital. It's somewhere around Mill Basin, around Coney Island. There's a hospital that's on Coney Island, but they took me to somewhere like Seventh Street or something over there, and then they try to draw blood from me. But this is when, you could believe me or not, but this is when they were going after the genies for magic, and then they just wanted to forcefully cause somebody to do some magic, and because they couldn't do it because I wasn't allowed it, they try to break through the habitation of the genie. Probably whoever was in that lineup at the time trying to learn forms of mythology. You know, I'm the head of the genie star chart also, so that was stupid for you to do something like that. My wife is gonna pay a very consequential dear price because of that situation. Another person, you ain't gonna blame me. It's something that she already took an oath to, and it's never gonna change because she knew the responsibility of that. So I'm not gonna say nothing else as far as that. But I did add another concoction. There was another ingredient of the thing that I made, the concoction that I made, and I just added it. I didn't put it on the first Facebook and YouTube. That I didn't load all the videos up on YouTube, but I just added it. It was from before. This is what cleaned the walls over there so clean, but you know, I didn't have enough of it a certain type of way with what I was making. So I had a little bit left a certain type of way, and I just added it. I actually wanted to take a shower with it, but because of the stupidity of me probably saying this, you probably had somebody that did some form of mythology, knowing that they probably connected with Kronos and then came after me for the situation. So they probably did some Howard the Duck key card shit to certain individuals that they knew. So they probably came after me for this. And I'm really here in this time and present, like real literally here. So it's April 24th, 2020. That's my cell phone says. So, you know, yesterday I moved the Serpentine calendar down a couple notches. So you had people that was probably getting a little nervous about that type of situation. So. And you remember, my time difference is different from everybody. I could do it right now, and it could have been like 30 years that I've done past. And then it could be 30 years in the present, and it could be 100 or more years in the future. In the paradigm of literal time. So what I do in physics and mythology is ahead of time and to how I feel at a time. So be careful to the people that want to manipulate other people. Pardon me, I'm using the concoction now, but be careful to other people that want to manipulate other people that want to be around me at the time and stuff. So. Now, and I'm a person that cleans the crib. Or when I'm comfortable, I keep my house so cleansy. My room that I was staying in before I moved out this house, before I even moved to North Dakota, it was so cleansy and so clean that individuals came and sent rats. They bored a hole through the wall, and the nigga let rats go in the house and shit that caused like this weird. It was so. Your 63rd precinct was so fucked up for what they were doing with other individuals in the social economics, and they knew about it. But you know, you can't fight against individuals inside a precinct wearing a uniform with other individuals, and you have upright officers, then you had other individuals wearing the uniform and then had guns. You don't want to shoot out in a precinct and stuff. So I understood what was going on. I just didn't say nothing. I was like, wow. And that's the times they were trying to take me to the hospital to get a blood sample. And anytime they ever try that, I'm going to do the same thing. So they're not going to be able to get that blood sample. You know, I'm not giving out. But taking blood for me is like you wouldn't believe it, man. Physics and real and mythology and everything. Notice how this is wiping away right now. Look. You wouldn't believe it. And then I'm taking valuable time just to do this, and I could have been doing other things in my life right now. And then at this place, according to me, it would have been clean a certain type of way where I wouldn't even have to do it. But the irresponsibility of other people. Right? So, and the girl did me a favor by letting me stay here at the time and stuff, but you know, she said a comment to me that I hold dear in my heart, and I do care about her a certain type of way. It's not like I don't care about her. I do care about her. She said, you know, being a mother and having a lot of children, she said, yo, I just gave up. And her saying that, I know how I felt because, you know, because of the hospital and intention giving me the injection almost caused me to do that. And I'm beyond the highest of all highest, beyond the highest, and even the highest, and then quantum, mega, super, astrological, terrestrial, and celestial. So when she said that, I knew my anatomy is more than her and in the planet, and I could still be around, but some people that go through that can't survive that type of condition, so I could understand, I understood what was going on with the situation. So this is why I gave a helping hand, because especially at the times when you saying people saying coronavirus, and the people that's causing it is the ones that's pushing the carbon dioxide with their foul neural activity, that wanted to have sex or wanted to rob my social economics or didn't want me to know what was going on. They were causing the wrong type of chemistry in their humane condition already from their thoughts. So even if they were from ancient Kemet and they were scheming on me, their chemistry of their body was already off from even the neural activity, because they're breaking order. Those are people that didn't care about things that's going on in time at the time with certain things. So this is why I'm doing this, because the people that's pushing and driving around in cars are pushing the carbon dioxide with the wrong type of chemistry, and then those are people that's not supposed to have certain things a certain type of way, and it's causing the upset in the year of the element, because 2020, the year of the element in conduct. So this is what caused the trees to be certain ways already in their humane condition, and then the people that was funding them, giving them gas and just didn't care. Those are like what I talk about with the individuals of my families that I don't speak to a certain type of way, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, you know, some of my other families of high social economic equality, of republic equality. I don't speak to them because the ignorance through what they can recondition in the paradigm of time is good. It might cause their death literally. And since I'm at this level doing this, their life must already be in jeopardy. So you have innocent children, and then people that just in a situation that's beyond dangerous of what they already conditioned of their neural activity, and then you have those children trying to continue, because a person says, but there's nothing new under the sun, but it wasn't under that type of condition. It never went through foul experiences to want to reflect the reason of the purity of his intellect to be foul. So it's like it's just like the reverse walk of what they did to Christ. Everything I explained already. So I can't say nothing about that situation. I sit here, and then they were so mad that some of them, I stopped their accounts already, for they could have been able to stack money. They got so mad about the situation. They were like, yo, the nigga, they thought I didn't remember certain things. But I did remember certain things. And then some people was nervous because if I got my hands, I'll be able to make moves. And then some people of my children or some family members already in the past, this is something not now. Now it's different. It's correcting and stuff. But there was some girls that slept with other individuals in a condition, and then did all type of funny things, and they didn't want me having my money because she started scheming on how to get my money. This is when they started doing identity theft and fraud, because she knew about my other houses with the security and other social economics, social also meaning other planets, of other things that I did, and then she was trying to get to it because she didn't want me to have my finance, and then she was just trying to put a person in a position. It's just like putting a person in jail and then trying to say, oh, you're gonna deal with this account. Get the fuck out of here. No one touching this shit. I'm not one of them stupid niggas. I'm the one that made everything, so I know the difference. A person can't do that to me. So her trying to do that, it was already looking, she was looking like stupido, but the Empress already healing and know everything that's going on, but that bitch was looking like a stupid bitch that tried that. Part of me being so vulgar, but she was looking very stupid than people that tried that, you know what I'm saying? And then they went after my social equality ideas that I did for international security in the government, and they wanted a part of it, and that's what endangered international security. And then if they were using certain digital systems, even a more endangerment, because some of them were celestial and intercelestial empresses that's like hidden assassins that was in a recondition. And then people was giving them a second chance. And then on top of it, then they're playing with balls and love through time. And then you remember, they were really my wife, so she tried to manipulate my love. So it comes my neuroactivity in my brain, my penis, my continuance of my child that come out. And then she knew that she couldn't get past me. That really made her. She went to my love, because my love is like, it's like your second head thinking. He's not thinking clearly. He's thinking with his dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't even, she probably didn't want to get his consciousness, so she probably even mutated the individual. So individuals had to check to know what was going on with certain individuals, and then you see they lie. It's just like some chick. Imagine like the voice I'm hearing in the background coming from the room. People that position themselves in the house to say, oh, they with me, and then they ain't with me. They just spying. The other day, I was over there enjoying the Kama Sutra of myself, and then I heard this girl, when I stopped the video, say, well, I can't do that right now, but I can give you some head. I was like, I thought it was a lady downstairs listening to something, but it sounded like it was coming from the other room, and then that's when I just put the sheet on the room, like, something's wrong, I'm not. And when I told the girl about it, the house that I'm cleaning, she said, yo, I give up. I just can't be here. I just gotta go. I was like, oh, okay, you know, so there's nothing else to really say. I'm just doing what I'm doing now, so. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna do that because nobody's gonna force me to manipulate me to do things like that. So I'm only gonna do this once, because if people would have listened to me the first time, this would have been clean, and it wouldn't have been like this, and then everybody would have been alright. So. Look at that. Like, you see that? God. Whoo-wee. And then I already soaked down this whole thing. I already soap done drip. You notice it if it looks kind of wet, because soap done drip from it. All I gotta do is just wipe it off like this, and then everything alive. I done soaped it all up, gave it a cut. You know, I wanted to do it in 2 days, but this actually took me like 3 days. It's like the third day, but yeah, I remember we're on a celestial earth. I'm a natural refiner and reflector, and then the humane condition of their sweat, the things that they nourish themselves, the things with their neuroactivity from when spoiled if they thought certain things, and the condition that they're in secondary from somebody else, and through time, I'm fighting something that's beyond serious on a higher level that you wouldn't even believe, and then the people just want to give up because they can't handle it, and then I'm supposed to be at certain levels handling certain things, and I'm not, because of other chicks that just wanted my finances. And then on top of it, I'm going to still get my finances. I'm going to still get on the levels I'm supposed to be on. I'm going to get to that level, and I'm going to be happy. And that's going to be the manifestation of everything I told you, and everything that all the orders and instructions I already left. So, you know, that's it. Nobody gonna force me to do certain things, because you see this type of situation, that's what caused Christ's situation. That type of mentality of individuals wanting to manipulate people and say, "Oh, this is why they tell my son, oh, you could do it. You the man. You could do it," because they want to manipulate you to really kill you. So if I don't tell you for you to realize and stop what you're doing and still take your life serious, because everything I'm doing is taking my life serious. I'm taking it upon myself to really do something. So I would have got rid of situations a certain type of way. I'm being real. I wouldn't have been with them chicks. It's bad enough that even if you, especially if you condition children with a bunch of foul chicks, that means it's like a chick getting to your neural activity. You know what I'm saying? She already didn't want your love to know, your real conscience to know, and then I'm her soulmate. So what is she doing? She's on a level taking advantage. That's like a child molester or a pedophile, what she did at an old age. And then you never know. They pop old men. You know how people get old and then they just want. It's a pedophile. A chick that becomes a hooker or escort, learns experience, and then wants to become a pedophile and then hide secretly without nobody realize what's going on. And then, you understand, for some crotch that's dirty, and then on top of it, is a whole just a fit. Nah, you don't look at it like that, because the chemistry from that is supposed to be way different. That's just probably causing your old age. It's just like, imagine a person doing mythology or magic, and then you have some chick hiding and becoming a home attendant, a nurse, trying to get to your balls, and then she's taking, through time, everything, it was a thought. So the neural activity of your magic, she's taking advantage of it. That's what's fucking up your magic. That could even make you get old. It's like the movie Did you see the movie The Covenant? You better go watch that movie. It's a real story. It was a true story. That's why I watched it. I was like, oh, look, they had the movie. I gotta see the movie. And then the just kept it real. I was like, all right, see, there you go. But my situation is a little different, because I'm creation. I'm the reason of the oaths. So, another person, there was more to that movie, especially concerning me. But why say anything, I also, it was during the time I came up with the ideas for social equality, for international security, to better the social economic systems. I was supposed to move to Boston, and I didn't. And those are the times I was reflecting on what I'm speaking about, and I was making real private documentaries on that, on Sanders. Spoke about it, came up with movie scripts and all. That's even when the time I came up with the movie script Shadow Hunters, where individuals measure your shadow of your force a certain type of way, and then the reversal in the movie script is the light hunters, where you measure their light of the individuals that's measuring you at the time. It'll let you know if their light is deceitful at a certain point of altitude, longitude, and latitude and degree, especially at certain points of social existence after certain things done happen. See, I was a man that was precise, even with landmarks. Better be careful, some people. I told you. You ever heard that song, "Don't Disturb This Groove"? Anyway, I'm not gonna say nothing else. But you'll figure it out. Some people have figured out. It's meant to know that would save the world, because I like movies where the good guy wins and it's a wonderful ending, a heroic ending. I don't like movies when bad guys win. It's bad fucked up people that, they'll say this it's not demonic. You gotta know what demonic and about real democracy and demonic. You gotta know what it's originally about before you can say somebody's evil. When you say evil, those are evil intentions of empresses that went off. That's why you have the word evil, like Eve. You remember, like the iPhone bit the apple. I'm telling you all this. What did you think happened? What the fuck you thought, man? You don't think Eve was a celestial? You don't hear the story. One of the first chicks Adam wanted crotch. A nigga, I did all physics for everything to happen. What do you think that happened with some of my wives and some of the chicks I put away? That's why I tell doctors, be careful when you want certain things from me and you try to have me do something or something happens, because you never know. At the time, that's why I tell you, don't touch me. Only thing I'm supposed to do is have sex to refine. I already put everything in this place. I'm space himself. Still gotta scrub the wall one more time before I like that. I gotta scrub every wall like 2 or 3 times, and then after and still wipe it down 2 or 3 times, and then it's clean. I know for a fact it's clean, and then I move on because all that other debris, the house itself. I gotta tell the people, be careful because I see people want to live the Florida life. Be fucking careful in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because another person, you have some chick somewhere, and another nigga giving you oranges, have all type of funny situations and thinking that you're gonna do something. No, you're not. You're not getting to certain things. It's not meant for you, especially if you fucked up and made the decision and you, on top of it, you manipulating the physical human condition to one's habitation. You're not getting nothing, certain chicks. And that's how I feel. You know your height. You know who you were. You lied. You try to say all type of stuff, and then if you opened your legs, it was only to me to open your legs and make love to and be with. You went and did that to somebody else. If you did that, if you went and lied to somebody else and fucked up their life, to the fucked up chicks that's out there, the real fucked up chicks, then you know what you did already. You know what I'm saying? You broke your own soul. This will cause boogie night at the time. So there's nothing else to say about that. I'm not mad. I'm not gonna get mad. What is it to get mad? There's no reason to get mad or revenge. And then overall situation, you did it to yourself. The physics is just gonna catch up to you. I don't gotta get rid of it. You did it to you stupid out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to say. Pardon me for some other people out there, but it's just the honesty. But I'm gonna be real. Other people, I'm going to clean everything, and then I'm going to clean this bathroom. If the bathroom be 1, 2, 3, I'm just gonna clean the bathroom and then everything will be alright. Look at this. And it'll be alright. And then this is a wonderful thing. One of the most wonderful things. You wouldn't even believe it. Look at this. Look at this wall. Look at everything I already did to this point. And you could tell it had all type of other things, and I just got all into the situation and just wonderful. And then this one, it was so real. I even got the corners like look. You see that now? Oh man, you wouldn't believe it. Oh man. Look, I scrubbed this so much. I'm gonna show you the soap that I was using and everything. I didn't wash the floor yet because the floor is the last thing before everything's over. I gotta make sure I clean everything else before I wash the floor. But look at the soap, and you could tell like all this got everything. Even the door looking. You gotta come in here and see it for yourself. Sometime the light projection will show you. Perfect. Door looking bright. Wee. Oh man. I told her though I'm just not touching her ceiling. That's something she has to do on her time. That's real strenuous work. I could have did it, but I'm not doing that because it's next to the roof. So I know the ceiling where I'm at is already clean. I already cleaned it. I was already breathing it, so it's already gonna cleanse itself. But the kitchen, so you gotta do something. If I could wash the foundation to your floor, a person could get a chance just to wipe down their lights, and of course you have to wipe down the lights. You have to wipe down the lights, and then that's it. That's the ceiling and stuff. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you have a social star chart and you want them to be clean and fair with you, that's what a person should do. So I gotta see if a person, how do they feel about their outer intellect. So what I'm gonna do now, finish. I can't keep making this recording and speaking to everybody, but I'm doing something wonderful right now. And then the concoction that I did make really cleaned it. If I had a little more of the products, I would have been able to get it really clean. So I'm gonna just wait and I'll just get. Well, I'm gonna get some other. I'm gonna get. I have the products enough to finish up everything I'm doing. But I would have just had a little extra here. I had to wash this wall. Look, you can see the difference. I washed this wall right here, and then you got this side, and then I had washed this side. It's clean, clean, clean. Wow. And then you had to see. You see how the window was looking up there? Over here was looking like this. And look, I scrubbed this whole thing clean. Clean. Look. Got in the crib. Clean. Clear. You for real, for real. Let me finish up, man. I'm just gonna finish up this kitchen and I'll be alright. You have to wipe the lights though. I'll tell anybody, a smart person, especially one of my children that's out of regard, first thing you do is wipe your lights because it tells you the reason of intention. It's just like if a star beam comes and touches down on the ground and then there's a shortage or flickering of light, you got to know the velocity. A person that asks them questions got to know a velocity, the weight of the light, the level that is on. You got to know the velocity of the current, and then on top of it, you got to know how many time and how much disturbance during the time of the flicker that caused that type of situation and stuff. Because you don't want the star to really kill you and shit. My children will come down. Those are people. They're not gonna really ask you too much questions if you fucked up. They're just gonna finish you. So that's how they are and stuff. They don't want to really speak or hear excuses and shit. That's not they don't have time for dirty conscience. So they don't got time for that shit. They don't want to hear excuses. They just finish you and that's it. That's just the result. Okay, then we'll have to put something else there. That's just how they are. And you can't blame them for that. You can't blame a person that is the reason why you could even reflect or even think or even know a fucking journey, even in physics at times. So